I'll go for it. I think something's going to try and eat us, but I'm feeling really confident right now. Not sure we should be feeling this confident, but I do. Well, boy, just in case. Hey, thanks again for helping me move. I've managed to get myself set up. I found this while unpacking. You should take it. The engineer's companion added to cabin. She hands you a book. If you ever need to use the dock or store stuff here, be my guest. We're going to go for it even though it's night. Look, there's that spooky music again. The green glow out in the sea. Pick up the pace a little bit if we can. Try not to hit any ghost rocks. All right, we're going to spend 300 to get 4 more cargo spaces. Okay, we got this sinew spindle from that shrine or whatever. You can see it gives us a small bonus to fishing speed and aberrations. So I think that's worth it. Because the aberrations sell for more. Not a lot of time in the day, but we want to go over there where we've not fished before. Even if it's... Oh, hey, the dolphins. Oh, so the photos do stop the time. Interesting. I wonder if we can show these photos to anyone. Lumber. Lumber and cod. Okay, okay. This water's definitely deep enough for something big. It's officially 12 noon. Stingray's worth. Always worth grabbing. Oceanic. Oh, what is this? SOS. A castaway. What happened? Castaway. I washed up here like 2 weeks ago. We were in rough seas. A wave hit us. Boom. Yeah, we'll take him to Little Marrow. Sure. It's definitely a risk to go for, but we're going for it. SOS, man. 2 weeks ago. Hey, we got another book done. Nice. Equipment that uses durability loses it 10% slower. I'm assuming that means crab pods. Man, dude was just stranded. Feels bad. I mean, nobody wants to be stranded. Castaway, this rank, sweet smell of civilization. I've not got much on me. I have a feeling this isn't worth much anymore for me. Perhaps it'll be worth something to you. He gives us a signet ring. It's emblazoned with the symbol of a captain's wheel. Feels like a quest item. So this doesn't give us more space, but it gives us 1 more space that can be used for an engine, which we're definitely going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, we're the worst. We're so stuck. Oh my goodness. That was an expensive mistake. We picked up 100 monies of damage in that maneuver. Oh my goodness. It's the beginning of day 40. I thought we'd do a little bit of a check-in on what's going on. We've got the tier 3 hull upgrade, and we almost have the tier 4. We're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of lumber away from accessing this. And we have almost half the upgrade materials we need for the tier 4. We have all the metal, a piece of cloth, and 2 of the 3 fancy metals. So we're really close to getting the ship max, which will be so cool. This makes me so happy. As far as research goes, we're all in on the crab pots. These crab pots have been absolutely tearing it up. This reinforced crab pot is fantastic. And then we've been dumping points into the jet drive engine. As soon as we get this bad boy unlocked, we're upgrading all of them. I saw there's these big fancy engines, but they don't make any sense to me because if they take up 3 or 4 spaces and one of those 4 spaces gets destroyed, you lose all your power, which to me means this jet drive engine makes so much more sense. We've done nothing with nets and basically nothing with rods. I think once we get 2 more research points here to unlock the jet drive, then we'll get the hydraulic rod and work on getting the big fancy rod here, because we're still just only fishing coastal and shallow, but it's been enough to get it done. So right now our biggest kind of hiccups or headaches are how to get 2 more research parts for the jet drive, which is 1, and then load up on the jet drive. And then 2 is to try and punch through the dry dock. So we're dredging up lumber and then profit. You can actually see here, we've got 4 big juicy crab pots here, just getting it done. We're going to go back to the zone we were in before. I think that's the right place for us to be right now. And even though we aren't technically... we haven't explored this island yet either. Let's get back to the Dusty Pontoon first. But I definitely wonder if we couldn't be making more profit if we could fish some of those ocean fish. I bet anything they're bigger. It seems like oftentimes those bigger fish are more valued. Like these fish are going to sell for 20 a pop, which is great. We'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. Here we go. I know there's some big stuff that can eat us out here in the water, but we got to cross it. Well, what are we going to do? Swim? You know, the boat's fine. At some point, we've got to get a little more comfortable being out here anyhow. Make sure you need to go hard left. The whale, we missed it. We missed the photo. Way hard left. Kind of hoping we can get back to the little lady at some point and show her our photos. I don't know. She might not care. Like, there might not be anything to it. But also, being able to carry more stock means we're routinely selling, like, you know, 200. We back up and empty out that crab pot. It just paid for itself. It had, like, a good amount in it. Even with their pairs, these things are just the best. Especially because, like, some days we just go out and explore. And when we have just to go out and explore day, it feels really good to know that we're going to come in here and have something to show for our day. Especially when, like, sometimes we get damaged in our oh, she also is going to start carrying explosives. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. I thought we'd always have to go back to that guy. Oh, there's clearly something there we can explode. We're going to wait on that one, though. I think one of these is... Yeah, see, these are profitable. Lumber and stonefish. I know we're in the patrol route for the big boy. We are so... Oh, research part. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, that means we can officially get the fancy engine I want. Oh, yes. It even had 2 loads of log in here. Dude. Oftentimes these have, like, 1. Maybe it's because we're further along in the zone we're supposed to be in. Maybe that influences this. What it costs to put in the fancy jet engine. $270 a piece. Oh my goodness. We almost have enough at $265. All right. Total damages to the net, 20. Seller catch. Total profit, 167 minus that 20. All things considered, it's been pretty quiet of late. Just trying to get the money for the upgrades. I really do appreciate that Dredge could have been like a really grindy experience. And there was an effort made to maximize fun instead of like grinding for materials or something. And you can tell it's pretty significant, the amount of just pleasant it is. Like these crab pots could have been way less efficient, right? I mean, obviously we didn't have to mess with them, but we're choosing to. So they get 1 jet drive engine a day. So as long as we can make over 270, we can get one of those going. And it is 1 a.m. So we're going to go ahead and install our first set of Dredge drives here. So we're going to uninstall this improved outboard engine, which gives us a bump of 15.8. So currently we're at a total speed of 67.2, and now we're at a speed of 70.4. But more importantly, if either of these squares on that 2-space engine were busted, we lose the whole engine. Now we can lose 1 square and only lose a fraction of our speed, which is a pretty big improvement as far as I'm concerned. Last piece before we can go for the hull costs 75. And we can work on that tier 4 hull upgrade. It's going to be a monster. 2 pieces of lumber, and we've got it. Awesome. And the 1,500. It costs 1,500, so that's pretty significant. But that'll be about it, the full ship. I wonder if it'll let me put parts up here. This is the only other thing. These end game ones here. This one gets oceanic, but it's only 4 spaces. This one is oceanic, but it's 4 spaces. And this one is like a lot of spaces. So this one to me seems like really efficient if we're going to be fishing. Since there's 3. So I'm a little tempted to go for it. But for the minute, we'll grab the hydraulic rod. I'm assuming it's something we've got to put on the boat, which is not something I really... Yeah, of course it is. It'll take up a slot or 2. I'm not in love with that just to unlock oceanic fishing right now. And it's expensive. Okay. Well, it does improve our fish speed, though. You gotta give it that. It is crazy how big these ghost rocks are. Look at that. That rock right in front of us. You can see it really far in the light when we come straight on. But if we came at an angle, it just barely gets picked up. It's huge. We officially have 4 of these big fancy reinforced 9-day, super slots crab pots. And they're absolutely going to pay for themselves. It's a fishing day. I know. Every day's a fishing day, but it is. That's the big plan today. To try and get some more lumber if we can help it. Man, our engine has some power. I mean, it's not necessarily immediately obvious. Stonefish, wreckfish, dredge, oceanic. Let's go for that wreckfish first. I think we can actually go through the waterfall. We're gonna try. Might just die. Of course, we broke our spotlight. So there's something oceanic in here in a treasure chest? A rotten chest sits on top of a pile of rubble. This is the refined metal we need. Awesome. And big bag of doubloons. That'll be fun. I want to know what this is. Never seen one like that. That, man, like the earth is shaking. Well, that was the last refined. This thing is an ocean fishing thing, I think. You don't have, oh, it's abyssal. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, we want that bad boy. All right, let's see if we can make it back without dying. I feel like the big boy's just waiting for us out there. Good enough. Let's go. I think there's a straight shot this way to get back. We're gonna have to make some repairs, but picking up that precious metal or whatever, fancy metal, you know, saves us a solid 450 of money. Yeah, with the discounts and whatever else. I've been a little hesitant to blow this one up over here because I'm worried it'll be like a story thing and it's going to force me into doing something. But I don't know, like we've played long enough that maybe the developers have earned some trust. They're not going to force us to do too much. As I feel like we've got a pretty good amount of agency. And the final piece of wood, we just need the money. That's it. Story of my life. We can get a little spending money here. We can make it happen. You know what? I think we're seeing a lot less of the freaky fish. Remember we got jumped by that monster manta ray? That thing with all the teeth came like shooting at us. It like came at us like a kind of a torpedo. We've seen that spooky night fish that is hiding as a boat or something. It definitely makes me think, because we've been sleeping more through the night, maybe we're just not seeing as much freaky stuff. I mean, that was our day. That's it. That's all we did. We went out here fishing. I know that might seem like a little silly, right? $7 of net repairs, a couple of pieces of lumber, and 212 on the fish sales. Not bad. I think tonight we spend picking up the crab pots, making sure they're doing okay. Hey, look at that research part. Awesome. Well, we've got research parts, which I really like. Let's go for this one if we can. We cannot. I will not let us spend the money on these. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're gonna go for the fancy catching rod then. Still trying to empty out crab pots, which feels awesome because all this time we've been out fishing, they've also been working for us. Hey, we got a trophy one. Nice. We're playing crab Jenga. Don't mind me. Good enough. Profit per hour or whatever is actually like a little better than you might think, because that's another 255 just sitting there, which is awesome. So those crab pots were sitting on a solid, like, I don't know, 500 or so. It was just significant. It was a significant amount of money. There's another 233. Look at that. Is they have what, a 8% aberration bonus? They got it done. Oh yeah, it's these big boys. I forgot about these guys. I like how it says stock low, proceeds to like offer up 4 of them or so. And these are 50, 50, 50, 49, 50. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was worth doing. It's going to be our final jet drive engine until we get an upgrade. The big plan today remains fish everything we can and try and get enough money to buy that next upgrade. I've been debating if the better way to do the fishing is to actually go ahead and try and fish out whatever fish is the most value or whatever's the closest. It often seems like the more valuable fish are larger, which implies that it'll take less of them to fill the boat. So it's more space and time efficient, because even if we have to sail a little farther, if I have to fish, 4 less fish. I don't see him though. Oh, there he comes. There he comes. Look at that. We'll try and get a good photo. Does he turn this far out? No, look at that. Interesting. So we're just outside of the flight path here. So big and scary here is going to let us be. That's actually really good to know. How close can we get? Will he turn around? Does he turn left? He turns left. Okay. Interesting. We'll start dredging then. This doesn't actually generate us money, but there's a chance for some research parts. Hey, you know what? Before we completely forget, let's actually go ahead and blow this out. This is where we saw that giant beacon. A pile of loose debris. It can be cleared. Use explosives. You set the charge and light the fuse. So it looks like there is something to dredge. And this is where that giant red aura is from. Because I'm betting anything, this is going to be a quest. There it is. See on the right? We've been seeing that giant. We'll try and get some space here if we can. The giant red aura there. We could see from Big Marrow, the starting zone. And the crazy thing about that is that a bunch of people were like, hey, did you see that at night? We're like, yeah, what was it? We're like, I don't know. Well, we found it. And everything leads us to this point. Oh, we have not been on this side of the island. Look. An altar breaks through the waves. 3 crab-like creatures. We've got crabs. We can handle that. I think this is the right combination of crabs to hit that shrine. Only one way to find out. We'll go there. We'll go there straight away. I have a concern that there is some pretty good fishing we're just avoiding by not having that oceanic rod attached. And the 3 crabs click their legs into strange angles. Though long dead, some unseen power commands the crab corpses into action. The crabs scuttle over the altar, disappearing into the cracks of stone. The rock splits in 2, revealing a sunken chamber at its core. We got a fancy crab pot. Cool. See, I could see that being a struggle. If you're an achievement hunter, you'd end up in some situation where I bet there's one for like get all the aberrants, or even if you just gave yourself that personal achievement. So having a crab pot that gives you a larger bonus to catch aberrants, probably really valuable. I've not looked at the achievements. I'm not really an achievement hunter. Oftentimes I find achievements aren't designed for maximizing fun, just stretching out your playtime. And I don't really need to do that. I move slow enough as is. Engage with most systems. Ooh, are we actually full here? Moving like that with the jets isn't so much we travel from point A to B faster, it's that we use less time traveling from point A to point B. I think that's the biggest advantage. Where that same distance would have taken us an extra hour or two. We're carrying 218 on us, which means we officially have enough for the next upgrade. This is the tier 4 hull upgrade. We'll be able to sustain 1 more hit of impact in 15 new cargo spaces. You can see it there on the right, our cargo spaces. This makes me happy. This is a big bump. Tier 4 hull upgrade configured. It's 10 p.m. on day 55 and something magical is about to happen. You can see in the floating dock we have everything in for the rods, everything in for the cargo. We are literally just missing three pieces of lumber. Just a little wood. We can get some hardwood on deck. We can get that done. So we're going to go ahead and open up, to the best of my knowledge, the final cargo space upgrades. Total of 600 money here. Crazy thing about this is that the new hull, that first upgrade we did, I think was like 500, which means this kind of quote-unquote mini upgrade here, more than that entire ship upgrade, which is crazy. I'll say this much, if we get rid of some of our engine space, we would be able to carry more fish, because there's not a whole lot that feels much worse than like finding something good to catch and not being able to snag it because you don't have the space, right? This is going to be the final engine piece we're going to buy. It is the last jet drive. I don't think there's another slot we can open up. It's going to cost us a total of 270 on the money. Gives us a boat speed of 105 with all the, the 10 slots used up with these jet drive engines, which I'm pretty happy with. Now, to be clear, I'm reasonably confident that if we got one of these big engines, we would be faster. Like the fastest thing's probably to get like one of the big ones and then fill in the side ones with these, but I'm much happier with this setup here. With, if we lose one or two, we're not completely, just adrift, stuck, right? It's not like a huge hit to our speed. And that being said, I am tempted to get rid of like these two on top, just for the extra, and these two, just for the extra fish catching space, which might seem a little silly, but it's definitely a thought I've been having. All right, $76 of repairs. And we sell all fish for $116. Not our most profitable day, but enough research parts to actually be able to fish. Right now, the only thing we can fish is coastal and shallow. If I'm not mistaken. Coastal, shallow. That's right. But with this fishing rod, we can fish coastal, shallow, mangrove, and volcanic. And it unlocks this big boy here, which does coastal, shallow, and oceanic. Okay. I wonder what the best setup is, because there's only 3 things that do oceanic. This one up here, and this little one. I wonder if mangrove and volcanic are kind of specialty, and this is actually the one to get. The fishing speed on this is pretty monstrous at 132. Right now, where we're slinging has a fishing speed of plus 50. So this one would be a pretty big jump. We probably have to buy it. I don't know. If we buy this big one, it takes up this whole extra side right now. The bonus fishing speed is nice. Oh, we still have space. Oh, hold on. Well, if that's the case, we're going to install this. We're going to uninstall the Sign of Ruin. We'll move this bad boy over. And then we don't have the money to get this 369 yet. Like, we have fished this place out. I think the only thing we didn't go crazy fishing were the eels. Because we just don't have a... like, their spawn location was tough to get to. Say the absolute least. Alright. $13 of repairs. $190 of shipping. Bonus is the final upgrade right here. We have the money in the bank. We're purchasing the cargo upgrade for the light. And that's everything. That is all the upgrades. There are no more ship upgrades we can currently get our hands on. That's it. Which, I guess it took us 59 days. I'm sure you could do it quicker if you knew what you were doing. Or if you... maybe not just knew what you're doing, but also if you could be a little more efficient than we were. We weren't the most efficient. Here is the big plan. We're going to pick up the crab nets, buy what we can, and then we will go pick up whatever's over there that I've been terrified of. And we're going to go ahead and buy the hydraulic rod here, which means we can officially, you can see in the top right, we can fish coastal, shallow, oceanic, volcanic, mangrove, and we can dredge. And then we actually have more space for lighting, but there aren't better lights just yet. Let's see what's in here. I think this is a story moment. I think this is going to change things. I just kind of don't want to ruin a good thing. Man, this is actually really tight to get into. Let's just prepare to leave, maybe. We'll back it up. Dredging. Relic discovered. Return to the collector. The music box. Okay. That's what you want. See, this is what I'm talking about. If we got rid of those 2 engines, we could fit it here. Or here. We're going to go for it. We've got all of our engine slots upgraded, right? So boat speed's 105. I'm feeling pretty good. Without using haste, how long does it take? That's like the big question. $7 o'clock. $7:30. 8 o'clock. 8:30. We made that in under 3 hours. That is absurd. Let's go after that gray eel. As it's got an aberrant in there. So we know it's going to be a little bit more valuable than the average eel. A barbed eel. Interesting. Aberrant is barbed. All right. We'll take that. Under 3 hours. I mean, just remember how slow we were at the start. It took us like an hour plus to just cross the little harbor over that way. I mean, that's just incredible. A night and day difference. All right, go into our storage. Make sure we've got the rusted music box on our person. We'll talk to the collector. This is the main quest right here. We have found the music box. The collector says, "You've returned. I wasn't sure you were coming back." We drag the massive music box into the room, gouging the wooden floorboards beneath it. The collector doesn't seem to mind. Well, it's so huge and heavy it messed up his floor. Dude. The collector, you found this at the cliffs, didn't you? Yes, I did. That's weird. The collector, excellent. This should make future return journeys a little more swift. Allow me. He selects one of the silver ribbons trailing from the crimson-bound book, opening it to some unseen page. Turning to catch the dim light, he whispers the words on the page. Well, boy. After a few seconds, your stomach drops, as if thrown by a wave. The collector closes the book and turns his attention back to you. Now, there are yet more relics to find. Keep looking. Ability unlocked. Manifest. The reef and stellar basin may have caught and accumulated some wreckage. Why can't you get the relics yourself? The collector says the waves are unsafe for me as the ocean no longer cooperates. You are my surrogate. That might be the most ominous thing we've ever heard. What are you doing with these relics? The collector says they're an investment for times to come. I am a collector. And what did the words from the book you read, what did they do to me? The collector again tells us the book holds the power from the deep. I extend its power towards you. What does manifest do? Use of this word will induce a trance-like state. Well, in this state, time will pass, and you'll find yourself here. So I guess it's a teleport spell. Spooky, dude. Real spooky. Don't like that at all. So he wants us to go over here to Stellar Basin. This is where we started here, right? In the Marrow. And then we went down to the Gale Cliffs. That's this next zone here I like very much. Okay. The next zone he wants us to go to the Stellar Basin. I don't know if I want to go there, or if I want to go to this next. This has me, like, on the edge of my seat. What is this? What is here? It's just giant circle question mark. I want to go there next. I'm assuming this is the oil rig, because that's right in the direction when we look at the lights, we can see it. And I saw when I installed Dredge, it said the oil rig was here, which makes me think the south is something else DLC related, because it has the same symbol, but ignoring context clues, I want to know what's here. This has my interest. So I don't know if we'll do Stellar Basin next or this. Maybe both, I don't know. But that's definitely kind of the direction we're going in. We got some cod. Our cargo is good. Let's go sell these fish real quick. And we'll probably, there it is, teleport back to where it all began. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything ocean we can get after. Oceanic. We found our first ocean. Right in the harbor where it all began. Right here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. To get from Little Marrow, right? Right there, Little Marrow. From Big Marrow, where we started, right here. To get across that harbor took us almost a day. Which is pretty crazy. A bronze whaler. Oh. Oh, it's big. Cool, cool. It's a different funky shape. I love it. Obviously, it doesn't fit anywhere, which is obnoxious, but that's kind of like the whole point of us taking the time to bronze whaler. Yeah, let's get after that bad boy. Let's see what it's worth. That's the whole point of us taking the time to get these upgrades so we can, you know, catch what we want to catch. See what's out there to find. I mean, this is cool. Something new, something different. Something that doesn't fit in my boat. Love that. This thing is so obnoxious. Just what a terrible shape. Oh, that's great. All right. I bet anything people want to talk to us, like the lighthouse keeper. Ah, there we go. I knew it. The lighthouse keeper is waiting for you on the dock, looking displeased. The lighthouse keeper says, I saw you sailing towards the horizon, crossing the deep expanse. Do you think that's fine? What's the problem? Lighthouse keeper, it feels like tempting fate, does it not? Things are bad enough here without your provocations. Who are we upsetting? Abruptly, she walks away. Her eyes scan the water as she walks along the dock.